I'm Andrew Zimmern. Your fish dishes are gonna be better when you buy whole fish because whole fish is fresher. Well, guess what? I'm gonna teach you an easy way to break down 2 different types of fish, 2 different ways to cook it, and you are gonna think that the results are delicious. That's a big fish. I'm gonna show you how to break down this whole mutton snapper, and I'm gonna make an aguachile, which roughly translates to spicy water. It is a raw fish preparation. You really want a fresh piece of fish if you're gonna eat it raw. Look at how clear the eyes are. And the smell, it literally does smell like you just dove underneath a wave at the beach. We wanna do a couple things from a safety standpoint before we fillet it. I like to cut off all of the fins. What happens when one of those barbs goes into your hand? Not good. We're gonna use the head and the bones to make stock. I have a pot of water behind me. First thing I do is make a cut going down through the fish, lifting up the belly side, drawing my knife. I just used the tip there, and I just wanna go down till I feel that big bone, and it's the fattest right behind the head. I'm gonna notch out the end here, and I'm just pressing down against that single spinal bone. So I just make an incision, and if you notice, I'm just going to the top side of where those dorsal fins were. And let me just show you. I'm gonna hold my finger where my knife was. That's how deep I'm going. The reason I notched the end out is when I come down here, I now have a bigger piece to hold on to flip up my fillet using the bottom of my knife, pressing down on the set of bones that's right there. I mean, listen. I am lifting with my thumb, pressing down. There is fillet number 1. I really don't want to leave anything to waste. A little bit of salt, a few drops of lemon or lime juice, a little bit of olive oil. It's as good a bite as you will get in any 3-star Michelin sushi bar in Tokyo. You want to do the same thing over on this side. Right, how beautiful. All right. There's one collar. There's another collar. So why do I make those cuts? Because then I can do this, which means it could go into my freezer in a neat little package, or in this case, right into my pot of cold water. Rinse any blood or scales that are off of it first. All right, I'm gonna bring that to a steady simmer to make our fish broth, cook that for 2 or 3 hours. Okay, we need to make the aguachile part of our aguachile. Blender, coconut water. This is lemon and lime juice. I'm gonna add some cilantro. I go stem down. I'm gonna take some scallion, cut it into 1-inch lengths. I like mine spicy, so I'm gonna put in 2 serrano chilies. Honey, a little bit of sweetness. And then cucumber. Cut each piece in half. Cut each half in half. And all I do, drawing towards me, is take out this strip of watery seed. And then chop your cucumber. Season it with a little salt. Let her rip. So, some people have a china cap lying around like I do. Some people just have a household strainer. You can use either one with cheesecloth. I want to trap any big chunks, and those 4 layers will work really well. And I'm just stirring this so I get a nice, steady pour of that beautiful juice. Refrigerate this so it stays nice and cold. All right, some fennel seeds. I just want to toast them. I love the flavor. Half piece of shallot. I'm just going really slow, and I'm push cutting straight down. I've got my toasted fennel seeds, which are so aromatic. I have mint and cilantro, some herbs and flowers. This is a 6.5-inch Hikari Nakiri. It is ideally suited for cutting vegetables. Very thin, hard blade. I love it. I've got these tiny little cucumbers. I'm gonna do the same thing with the carrot, except on an angle. Just gonna cut that piece of the lower loin off, and skinning is so easy. Just hold your knife at a 10-degree angle, and you'll take 100% of the meat right off. A lot of collagen in the skin. There's a break here in this top loin. And so I'll use both of these pieces because I don't want more than a mouthful on each forkful. This is a fantastic knife. This is a 10.5-inch Yanagiba fish cutter. Great for cutting raw fish. It's a dual core. It's Damascus stainless on the outside. There's carbon steel on the inside. And so it holds an incredible edge. And you just slice right down through. And I want them about 1/3 of an inch. I want you to get a little chew in there. It's very soft, obviously, but I want you to feel the texture of the fish. And there we have a perfect set of slices of top loin from our mutton snapper. So now it's just assembly time. The aguachile liquid goes first. I cut these pieces of fish thick enough, sort of sit. See how hot this is. Oh, perfect. A little bit of fennel seed, a little bit of cucumber, a bit of carrot, shallots, edible flowers, pea tips, and then little pieces of mint and cilantro leaf, just so you bite in to a couple of those sort of antiseptic notes. That's so pretty, I'm not even gonna eat it. Wow, that is just, well, it's perfect. You get that crispy texture from the cucumber and the crunch from the shallot and that rich softness of that beautiful mutton snapper and that bright chili and citrus spiked cucumber broth that the aguachile represents. Knowing how to butcher a fish is an integral part of learning how to up your food game. And you can do it with great knives and great ingredients. So this is a flat fish, a halibut, and I'm gonna do a poached halibut with a classic butter sauce. I wanna show you how to break down a flat fish. It swims on its stomach, which is white, and this is the top of the fish. This is a 6-inch utility knife. When I choke up on it, it becomes a paring knife. The halibut lets you know where its center line is. And you can see this line right here come right down there, and you could hear this sound against the bone. And then cut back against this tail piece here, feather my knife so that I have a little more room to work. And then I just slide the tip of my knife in and feather it. You want to do the same thing over on this side. Boy, are we gonna make a rich, concentrated fish broth. I'm gonna add this to the pot that has my snapper bones in it. When you're making fish broth, use white mirepoix. Onion, celery, black peppercorns. Every time you add more fish and more water, you wanna add a few more cups of mirepoix. Can't wait to make soup with that. I'm gonna quarter my radicchio. I'm gonna make sure I bisect it, but I'm not bisecting the head. I'm bisecting the stem so that they all hold together perfectly. Little olive oil. And let's get a nice hard sear on each side of our radicchio. Radicchio is bitter, eaten raw. When it's cooked, it takes on a beautiful sweetness. We should get our butter sauce going. Take a shallot, and this is where a knife like this comes in really, really handy. I want to be able to slide my knife down and pull it out. Slide it down and pull it out. Then I'm going to cut it lengthwise. This is the way you cut an onion too, by the way. And then I'm just going to mince this. I'm gonna put in some thyme sprigs, pinch of salt, some white peppercorns. Okay, these have some nice color on both sides. White wine. Just a tablespoon or two of white vinegar. And let's bring that to a boil, and we're gonna reduce that to, it's almost evaporated. Almost evaporated. I like a tablespoon or two of liquid left. All right. I just start at the end, and I do the same thing I do with the other fish. Hold on, 10-degree angle. Just slide your knife out, and you're essentially taking every piece of flesh off of that skin. Now we're gonna wanna poach our fish. The tail meat can be really fibrous. I typically freeze this, grind it for seafood sausage, dice it, and use it for soups, chowders. Towards the top near the head, you have some other connective tissue, and you have some uneven pieces in the filet. I usually do the same thing with that. So I want to make a couple of beautiful pieces. I'll portion that for something else. Cut that into thirds, so you essentially get equal size portions. And then we're gonna put them into our broth, fish stock, that I pulled out of there after it had been simmering with those snapper bones. I'm gonna let it gain some of its thermal momentum, and then I'm just gonna turn it off. Let those pieces of fish sit for 10, 12 minutes, and very slowly, while this wine is reducing, that fish will cook. It's the most gentle, foolproof way that I know of to poach fish. Mincing chives. The tip of my blade never leaves the board. While this isn't dry, it's nearly dry. And so I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and a little bit of cream and swirl that around and bring that to a simmer for a couple of seconds. It's easier to stabilize your sauce with a little cream than it is to just go with straight butter the first couple times you do this. I'm just letting the warmth of the pan and the shallot reduction melt my butter. I'm getting a nice creamy emulsion. Season it with a little lemon here, and then pour my butter sauce through this little strainer into this pan that's set over the lowest heat possible, just to keep it warm. Look at that. It's the perfect consistency. I'm gonna mix some chives in there to season it. It's hot, it's flaky, it is absolutely perfect. Every time I eat a dish like this, it's a reminder, Simple is the best. A piece of poached fish that really lets the flavor of the fish shine through, the very simple butter sauce, and one great thing that goes with it, like this pan-seared radicchio. Absolutely out of sight, and so easy when you have great ingredients and a really great set of sharp knives. And remember, all of our recipes, including the sub-recipes and lots of other cool, fun stuff, is always available at andrewzimmern.com.